During the mid-1970s, French musicians François Cahen and Didier Lockwood did many things together, playing alongside one another in the bands Magma and Zao during the decade. And in 1978, they released a collaborative album, Thank You Friends. And from that album, the track Thank You John. I already love the moodiness, kind of a spooky vibe going on in that metronomic, primitive beatbox sound, kind of like that sound you hear at the beginning of Hiroshima Mon Amour. Bit of synth bass, I think, and mixed with piano. Definitely synth bass. The credits here are François Cahen, piano, electric piano, synthesizer, Didier Lockwood, electric violin, Mellotron synthesizer. So this is very much a stripped duo recording between these two. I love the just beaming, warm tone of that analog synthesizer. Hear how that second synth line is coming in and kind of interacting on like, yeah, like on the second bar of each figure. Now we've got like 4 keyboard layers going on. We've got the piano, we've got the main melody, we've got kind of the bass synth, and we've got that higher pitched sound. I love how the sound is getting fizzier and clearer. Or fizzier and more trebly, I should say. now the sound is really opening up, getting thicker. It's like foaming now. This is just screaming for inclusion in some 70s era paranormal documentary. Maybe with that involving UFOs or like mysteries of the planet or something. Oh, beautiful. Every last fading, fuzzy, luminous, like neon note counts in pieces like that. That was Thank You, Joe, from François Cahen and Didier Lockwood from their collaborative album, Thank You, Friends, from 1978. Let's hear another track from the album. Top Espace. Okay, the last one was very much François Cahen dominated. This one, I believe, is going to be more Didier Lockwood dominated, as it's going to evolve around the violin. Well, so far it seems to be like a sound from far away, like something's going on at the far end of an alley or something, but it's got this really eerie vibe to it. Funny enough, I think that the sounds that my seat makes could almost mix with this recording. Almost kind of a theremin-like sound. I hope this can be heard. I hope this is picking up is what I mean. Because I'm blasting this volume right here. I've already told you about the one conductor lesson I had in elementary school. I'm wondering how a conductor would animate a passage like this. It's kind of a G minor tone. Almost sounded like sirens, that one sound toward the end, and some kind of engine like type sounds coming in there, and kind of lending further to that frightening type vibe that, let's see, what if huh, well, when I do a Google image of the phrase, of the title anyway, I come up with a bunch of automobiles. Yeah. François Cahen and Didier Lockwood, top Espace, and before that, Thank You Joe from the 1978 album, Thank You Friend. Both of them very heavily involved in the chamber rock band Zao during the 1970s, and also having done stints, each of them in Magma, the big granddaddy of chamber rock bands that influenced everyone. Zao, Wiedersee, Universe Zero, Art Zoid, Cultivator, Dunn, yeah, every single one of them. Yeah. Let's hear one more brief little track from the album, Obade Jean Sebastien. I love that glowy tone right there that keeps being interspersed with that violin. Just the brittle quaintness of the production. beautiful tonality there, going into like, I think a major seventh tonality I'm kind of hearing taking shape. Maybe just a like a. I was thinking an F major, so now I'm just thinking like an F. Maybe it was like an F7. And then when they go into E right at the end, they hit the note between the tonic and the seventh and F. And one of those tracks where just everything counts, every little, where the instruments are creating atmosphere more than actual melody, but tonalities take shape, key centers take shape nonetheless, and it's just a light, just melange of tonal and beauty and tonal color. Yeah. There are a number of recordings from this time frame in France that have that quiet sort of deconstruction about them. Like ZNR comes to mind. Their first album especially. Yeah, bands that were somewhat influenced by the more sparse side of early 20th century classical music. Yeah, François Cahen and Didier Lockwood, Obade, Jean Sebastien. And unfortunately, both of these gentlemen are no longer with us. Pianist, keyboardist François Faton Cahen passed away in 2011, and Didier Lockwood, the violinist, passed away last year at age 62, just a week after his 62nd birthday, as a matter of fact. And as Jazz Rock Soul states, was a French violinist who played in the bands Magma, Surya, Synthesis, Visitors, and Zao during the 1970s. Starting with the 1976 Music Zag release Jazz Rock, he recorded more than 30 albums for NPS, JMS, and other labels. Yeah, very prolific around this time. Yeah, great talent, no longer with us, but living on in recordings like these. For more Rubies and Sapphires from this album and from many other albums that each of these guys have been on, including their work in the bands that have been mentioned during this video, see the directory of albums by French artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the tracks that we heard, the layers, the instrumentation, the way it all came together, the mood, the sounds. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air travel trimaximist, signing off.